you doing?
Hi, John.
Yes.
How you doing, John?
How's your night going?
Oh, it's going great. How about yours?
Good. Nice car.
Thank you so much. Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
What did you pay for this trip, if you don't mind me asking?
It was like 805.
Okay, I'm just doing some research.
But
I'm a
it's-
YouTuber for the channel, because
But it was funny because if I scheduled it, it would have been $33.
oh my, wow,
It's like
it's crazy.
they tell you to schedule it to be less. It's like,
Yeah, with the schedule, and I guess they're trying to sell you the guarantee,
right?
but in reality, they really can't guarantee that,
Huh?
because they'll just choose some driver to go pick you up.
Yeah, I remember way before Uber and everything. It was so funny. Like Yellow Cab, what they would do is they would just make a call out to all their cabs, and then one guy would say he was closer, and neither one would show up.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
because the other one would be like, "Oh, he's gonna get it, so I'm not gonna pick him up," and then the other guy would think that too.
Oh man.
It was first come, first serve.
Oh,
you know?
oh yeah. That would be interesting.
And I had a driver for a while, and I would tell him, if it's going to be 30 minutes, just tell me that.
Right.
And I have no problem waiting.
Right.
But don't tell me you're going to be there in 10 and you show up in an hour.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. I said, Uber's more reliable.
Yeah.
And then Lyft's pretty good too.
Which
Lyft-
one you like better?
Probably Lyft, because it gives you like, hey, I'll be there in 30 minutes and it'll cost you this much, and I'll be there in 10 minutes. My sister gave me an Uber card for Christmas, so I said, I might as well use it.
Yeah. That's interesting. So it's like a gift card, yeah?
Yes, it is a good gift card.
Huh. I haven't seen those.
Yeah, I had a lot to do today at work, and it was funny because I had a meeting with my bosses, and this other girl was on the line. That we're like a two-man team, and I was like, can you tell me something I don't know? Meaning, can we hurry up and get this done? And the other girl and the big boss were laughing. It was like, and then she was like, if I talk the head boss goes like, if I talk too fast, let me know if you don't understand something. I said, well, what was your accent? She doesn't have an accent, but she called me back to give me a hard time, because she goes, this other girl in my other team was giving me a hard time, and she said it was my accent, and I was like, I did not talk to her. I said I was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
She calls me even when I'm not working, just to see what's up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. And she goes, you don't talk to anyone about what we talk. I go, hell no. Why would I? What is that advantage for me?
Exactly.
And she'll explain things. My direct boss, he'll, like today, I have to do statements. Well, it takes like 2 days, and he'll send me like, why don't you say this instead? And I'm sitting there going, you've been having me do it the same way for a year.
Exactly.
And now you're going to interrupt my day to change the phrase. And I'm like,
yeah, that's interesting.
yeah, he's very anal when it comes to like stuff. And I think his boss, that's when she said, you know what, let me handle John, because she could tell, I guess she could tell I was getting frustrated with him, because I do collections, and he was more worried about me putting an apostrophe S on something.
Apostrophe S?
Yes.
Why would that make a difference?
No, he just wants everything to be grammar, perfect grammar.
Interesting.
And it's like,
that would make sense in a way.
It does, I mean, it's a big corporation and everything else, And I'll admit I have a tendency of, and I've always had this problem. It's like I'll be typing, and I'll leave out an A or something.
Because anytime you misspell stuff, it looks like a scammer is trying to collect.
Well, they're more afraid of me internal emails. Like this one email I got in trouble for. I sent a message saying, "Can you find out when this customer's going to pay?" Now this is our customer excellent department. They're supposed to have a personal relationship with the person. She comes back and she goes, "They haven't paid," and I'm like, "Why are you asking me if they paid when I'm asking you when they're going to pay?" And I got my direct boss said, "That you need to apologize. That was rude."
What?
And then his boss was like, she asked you a stupid question.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, I'll go to lunch." I came back. I was like, "I'm doing this under duress, but I'll do it." And his boss, she just told me a month ago, "Oh, the person that you had to apologize, she's no longer working here."
Wow, really?
I was like, probably because she wasn't doing her job.
Yeah. It's interesting how people get offended after like littlest things,
Oh yeah.
and then they want to blame you for it if you ask them a question, which you're completely in the right to do so.
And like I said, the first couple of months, this older lady kind of came back at me with a harsh thing. I didn't go complain about it.
Yeah.
I called her up and say, "Hey, I'm new. I'm stupid. So some questions I ask, you might go, why is he asking me that?" I said, "Because I don't know." And she goes, "Oh, that's cool." And, me calling her saying, "Hey, sorry for the stupid question."
So how long you been doing collections?
About 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah. I worked for Red Classic, was owned by Coke. It's my easiest job that I've ever had. I love it. I work from home.
Is that hard?
No. Of course, I've been doing it for so long. It's like,
Second nature.
oh yeah. They didn't want if you can get in here. Oh, that's not it. Oh. I was like, I've never seen a car there.
So, what's collections like? Well, I never heard of that before.
Well, we're a trucking company, so when we haul stuff, people owe us bills for that service. So my job is to make sure if they're due on the 10th, to make sure they don't get too far past due.
Yeah.
Make sure they pay their bill.
That makes sense.
They actually, because I had worked for a collection agency, and a lot of people feel, if you work for a collection agency, you're going to be a hard ass. And they didn't let me use a phone for the first month.
Oh, really?
And then once I started using the phone, they're like, "Wow, you're good." I went, "Yeah." They never collected by calling somebody. They always collected by
by letter,
email.
email. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you, John, and have a good way.